Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new type of video for me. Today I'm going to be reviewing Transformers Studio Series Dark of the Moon Wheeljack, aka Q. This character was always one of my favorites in the movies. He doesn't get a lot of screen time, but honestly that's okay. There is a lot of things they could have done with this figure. Could have been a retooling, it could have been a Voyager class to get more of a accurate, like the forearms for example, or just the roof of the vehicle, so that maybe perhaps that budget could have gone to a few better places, but alas they gave us deluxe class, which was not the worst decision in the world. I don't think it definitely adds to the good scale, like with Dino or with Sideswipe or Bumblebee or things like that. Like, he just really goes well. This is an officially licensed product, so the vehicle mode is accurate. The weapons are this one gun, as you can see here. It's pretty nice, and then has a peg on the side to attach to the staff. Speaking of the staff, here's the staff. It's got a port for the side / the back of the body right up here. It can just, whoops. It can just tab in very simply like this, and the gun can tab into that as well, like this. So that's nice and simple. In terms of articulation, he's got some interesting things going on. We'll do the arms first. He's got bicep rotation here. He's got elbows, not full accessibility on the elbows here, just stops kind of here. No wrist rotation, but it does have this transformation joint, so you can use that in your articulation. Yeah, like I said, bicep swivel. The arms can go forward and back. As you can see, they're on a ball joint. However, they can't go up too far due to the shoulder pads. However, the shoulder pads do rotate, so you can get a little more life out of them. But if you see in here, it caps off. So this is more just for the arms getting up and out of the way. He has no hip rotation, but he does have the skirts are on a pivot. The hips, ball joint can in and out, forward 90 degrees, bend a full 90 as well, full 90 bend, and then the toes have a little bit of life in them due to transformation, but no tilt on those at all. Wheeljack is known as the gadget guy. He's got a lot of, you know, climber gloves and things for Shia LaBeouf's character, but he doesn't really come with any of those, which is a bit of a letdown, but considering the budget, that is totally understandable. We're going to get into transformation now. Few things that I think are really interesting. I'll point them out as we go, but the whole leg assembly down here is just honestly really fantastic. I've really enjoyed the engineering around that and just how well it all goes together. So to start off, the head, you don't need to do anything with the head. You can leave it as is. You're going to take these wings back here. You're going to fold these wings all the way up like this. Just get them out of the way. And then there's a double hinge in here, so these are going to hinge back slightly like this. Okay, if I can get it there. And then yeah, these, just bring these up. These are just going to get them out of the way as we do things here. So we're going to move down to the legs here. Come around to the back, make sure these are rotated all the way back here, nice and flat. And then this whole backpack is going to go up. Sometimes this windshield unfolds itself, but if it does not, just unfold that up like this. As I said, with the legs, we're going to come in here. We're going to take the whole lower section with the foot, and we're going to rotate it inward. There's a little cutout in this corner here. The toe is going to be able to go all the way back, and the heel up and around and in as well. And as we started that rotation on the inside, we're going to continue it out until it rotates all the way back, and then you drop the trunk down, and that is one leg completely done. I really like how that all shapes up. I think it looks really slick. to be honest. So yep, same thing on the other side. Rotate on inward, push the toe in, push the heel in, all the way to the back, and the trunk down. You can now assemble both legs together. These just peg at a few points throughout. These will peg together. And then make sure the skirts are all the way in, and this is just going to sit just like that. So that's the back of the vehicle and the legs completed there. Next, we're going to take the arms. Actually, we'll do this first. Push this all the way up here, and there's on the inside of here there's a little slot, and there's a peg on the back side of this bar here. We're going to close these in, and it's a bit finicky, but once you get it, they should tab together. There we go. So those will tab in, leaving this gap here. Now when it comes to the arms, I always get confused on how to do it, but once you start, it's easy. So make sure they're just kind of in a regular position. You're going to take that transformation joint I talked about earlier, you're going to rotate it in, and then when you're back here, you're just going to rotate, so eventually, there it is, the fingers are going to go under the windshield, like that. And it eventually will tab in like this, but let's do the other side now. So yeah, transformation joint, rotating the whole forearm and the ball joint, rotating around underneath the hood there, tab these together, and that is the back and the top of the vehicle all nicely tucked away. This is what it should look like from the bottom. Everything kind of looks like in order. He just kind of looks like a bit of a turtle mode activated. Next, we're going to take this front section. We're going to do one of these at a time. The grill, just make sure it lines up like a car would be, so nice and forwards like this. Then you're going to take this double hinge we were talking about earlier. You're going to rotate it all the way in like so. You're going to come on the inside here. This front wheel and this door are a separate piece, and sometimes they have a hard time tabbing into each other. But hopefully I can get it here. This will eventually lock in over here, so I'll just do that now, and there we go. Sometimes got to push out on this section of the wheel. If you push out a little bit, you can boom, pop that in, and there you are. So there's one side done and one side of the car complete. Same thing on the other side. Boom, quick rotation on that double joint. Boom, lock those in. Boom, and then this comes all the way down, the door and the back wheel. These will tab together, and there is the vehicle mode. I think this looks really good. Super sleek, just like many of the other Autobots from the Dark of the Moon movie. The wheels are not pinned, they're just mushroom pegged in, or whatever you would call them. So he's not a super smooth runner, but he definitely does move. The clearance on the bottom, the chest sticks out just a little bit, but it doesn't affect rotation of the tires or rolling, as you can see. It's the same spot for the storage of the gun and the staff. They just tab these together. I like to rotate them like this, however. And with this square tab, you're going to be able to tab it right into this door here. So if you go in, you can tab through the door just like this. And don't push it in too far, or else it'll ride up against the wheels and it'll stop some of the rotation there. So if you just make sure they're all nice and snug together like this, there you go. There's your weapon storage for Wheeljack. There's the transformation. Again, this is what he should look like on the bottom, with all the stuff tucked away. I really enjoy in the vehicle mode how the skirts don't impede with the doors of the transformation at all, yet they still have lots of detail. Again, I really loved that foot and shin transformation. I thought that was really clever. I really appreciated the painting on the head here. I didn't really point it out a lot in the robot mode, but just the paint on the head of Wheeljack is just really something I really enjoy. So anyway, that is my brief look at Transformers Dark of the Moon Wheeljack Deluxe Class from Transformers Studio Series. If you enjoyed this video, this is my first run at this. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. I can make more. I have all of the Age of the Primes I guess it would be Studio Series. I have all of Devastator coming in, so I'm thinking of doing reviews of each of those figures individually, and then doing a full Devastator review as well. As well as I have this guy who I just got recently. I have the Mandalorian Star Wars crossover figure, Mando, who turns into the N1 Starfighter. So if you like a review on this, or if you'd like to see Devastator, or a secret other one that I also have on the way, let me know. Like and subscribe. Yeah, let me know what you if you enjoyed this video, or if I have anything I can improve on, tips and tricks of the trade from any fellow Transformers reviewers. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.